Hello to anyone who is watching this video. I just wanted to just finish the whole free trial before uploading a video because I noticed that it is, you know, going to take much longer if I keep uploading one video per trade and that kind of stuff, or per day. I noticed that it's gonna take more time if I upload one video per day rather than just finishing it off in one video. Today I'm gonna show you the result of the free trial with FTMO. I started at March 6 and that ended at March 19, which is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. As you can see on my current results, I was on the downside majority of the time, honestly, and I ended up in the profit. I'll be giving you guys some rules and guidelines, those kind of stuff, which help me actually get back and what I should be wary of in the future. I also have bought my 10k challenge and I'm currently waiting for it to arrive, and which I'm also going to be sharing to this YouTube channel. Let's get into it. I got a consistency score of 73%. A higher value indicates more consistent trading. So you got 73% on that. So you can see I passed all 3 challenges except for the profit target because I was having trouble sticking with my strategy, which I'm gonna get into later. Then we got our statistics. My average profit was 300 and my average loss was 97, which is 1%. Very nice. 19 trades over the 14 days. Average return risk to reward ratio is 3.16, so I do minimum 1 to 3. My win rate is 26%, and I'll explain why later, with a profit factor of 1.13, which is, if it's above 1, it is a profitability. Of course, the higher profit factor means the better one. But yeah. So I'll show you my trading journal. You'll see a lot of red. So this was from the first video. I lost a lot of bad trades. This is all bad trades, by the way. And then this is one, yeah, I would say a B setup trade for under the USD CAD. And then of course I lost more. I had losing days, losing streaks. This one, I think this one messed up my win rate as well. I accidentally entered a trade and then immediately just closed it. You can see me doing the 1% still, 1%, 1%, and then minimum 3, and then 1%, 1%, 1%, and this is the big one, which is 560. This one is my A plus setup. It was a long hold, 5 hour. It's an intraday. I believe it's an intraday, yeah. Or I would consider it day trading, but it was a long hold. It was a 5 hour hold. And then I got this 240, almost 50, minus 50 trades. And that's because of spreads. It literally is because of spreads. It was a high class setup that I took, and my stop loss got taken out because of spreads. The moment my stop loss got taken out, the trend or the market actually moved to the direction I want, which I should have earned 1 to 3 or minimum 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. I think in your GPP I would have had a higher than this. I think it was at a 1 to 7 ratio. But I missed out on those 2 trades because of spreads, so that's something to be wary of, because it might look good in the trading view, but in your broker side you actually already, hit your stop loss. And spreads happen because of the sellers asking for a higher price, and of course the buyers asking for a lower price. And it's basically like an auction, right? If you want to sell something, you want to ask the buyer to buy it at a higher price rather than buying it at a lower price. So that's why spreads exist. And I have only 7 rules that I made. First one is do not overtrade. You'll see in some dates I traded a lot. This one I traded 4. I lost one, and then I lost another one. I should have stopped, but I was confident with my setup, my 2 setup. It's just that it hit my stop loss, which still it's 2% per day. Pretty great, right? This is 1%, this 2 trade, and then 1% on March 17. March 14, I got 3 trades. All of them were busted. I should have stopped on my 2% here, but I tried to revenge trade on Euro JPY, and that's what happened. You see, it's only 4 minutes and I already got stopped out. March 12, this is 2 trades, 2 very good ones. March 13th, bad trade, but I stopped with that first loss. I wanted to learn more about my mistakes. March 12th, 2 trades, 2%. March 11, 2 trades, 1%. March 10, 2 trades, 1%. March 7th, 2 trades, almost 2%. And then, of course, I tested this one. The first trade I took at gold, 1%. So I got a pretty good overall average loss, which is 97.61, which is very good. That means I stick to my plan. And that is one of the rules that is very important, is sticking with your strategy and sticking with the 1% risk. Another one is having A+ setups where you are confident to take a higher risk to reward ratio is very important. But in order to have this, you gotta backtest multiple times with your strategy in order to increase confidence. And it's okay if you have low quality setups, as long as it's still confined with your strategy. You're still using your strategy. It's a low quality setup because you just found it in the lower time frame and you said, oh, let's get into this one. You see, I like trading on the higher time frames more because they lie less. You'll have more time to do the setup. But if you found a lower time frame setup, make sure it correlates with your strategy. And make sure you're also trading with the big picture. Do not trade against the trend. That's very important. If you're gonna trade against the trend, make sure that you have a setup to trade reversals or against the trend. To build confidence, like I said, is to backtest and journal. Another rule that I set up is to look at the bigger picture. Do a top-down analysis. This is very important. Top-down analysis will save you so much time in the future. It is pretty hard to get into, but you just have to master it. I'm still in the process of mastering that as well. Like I said, I only started back in February and it's only March right now. So I've only been in the trading industry for 1 month. The last rule or guideline that is very important is do not let emotions hinder your decisions. It's okay to have emotional trading. You lost, you get sad. You know, that's how it is. You win, you're happy. But do not let those emotions hinder you while you're trading. Because if you have backtested enough, you are confident that your strategy would work. If it doesn't work, then that means either you made a mistake or the market just moved unexpectedly. Those are the only two, because you cannot always predict the market 100% of the time. That is not possible. Just not possible. So that's why the professional traders have low win rate but higher risk to reward ratio. Because at the end of the day, even if you lose 50%, you'll still be in the profit. Like me, I had 26% win rate, but I'm still in the profit. Of course, it's only 1 or almost 2% profit, but a profit nonetheless, right? If this continues on, then I'll be still in the profit at the end of the day. So do not let your emotions hinder your decisions. Stick to your plan, stick to your strategy, and everything should be going well. Now, like I said, I did started my 10K challenge, which I'm gonna post a video as well. I would only post the biggest wins and the losses as well, of course. I'm gonna be 100% transparent, and hopefully I passed that. But keep taking knowledge, keep doing backtest. There's no point in watching a ton of YouTube videos if you're not gonna test it and do a backtesting or journal it. It's very, very important to journal and backtest. So yeah, that should be all for today. Bye bye.